Hi, welcome to another episode of The Young and the Restless. We start with Sally in her room. It looks like she's experiencing some cramping. I missed yesterday's episode, so I'm not caught up on that. Then we see Chloe arrives, but Chloe is distracted with work information, but Sally is going through the cramps. Then we go over to the ranch and we see Nick is at Sharon's and he is calling for security to beef up and he wants to tell his dad about Cameron, but Sharon thinks that they could be overreacting still. Nick, however, thinks that Cameron is in town. And then we see Faye runs into Cameron in the park and he tells Faye that he is an old friend of her parents. We go to society and we see Ashley and Tucker there dining. And then they discuss his time with Dominic that he was doing earlier. And Ashley then sees Diane at society and wonders what is she doing there? How did she get there? Because she's supposed to be on house arrest. She picks up the phone to call the police. Back at Sally tells Chloe that she was in the park earlier and she fell and she had to go to the doctor. And they informed her that she has preeclampsia and it was Adam who took her there. Sally then starts to panic and cry, thinking she's about to lose the baby. And this all comes when they're about to start a new job with Chancellor Winters. And she asks Chloe to take lead on this project because the doctor told her she has to stay on bed rest. Then we see Cameron tells Faith that his name is CK. Back at society, Tucker tells Ashley not to call the police. Tucker tells Ashley to learn the facts first as to why Diane is there instead of going straight forward to police. But Ashley goes and asks Diane what she's doing there. And Diane jokes, says that you caught me, call the police. Then we see Jack arrives and tells Ashley not to think about calling the police. Then Ashley tells Jack that he lost his mind to have Diane there, and Jack announced that Christine dropped the charges, and they announced that Phyllis is alive. Back at Sharon and Nick discuss Cameron, and Faye comes back home, and they don't want to tell her about Cameron. But then Faye tells them that she ran into an old friend of theirs, and his name is CK. Sharon and Nick starts to freak out. Then we see Chloe tries to comfort Sally and shares her experience with Dela when she had Cordelia, and that she almost lost Cordelia in a similar way. And Sally thanks her for being her support. And then Chloe is surprised that she called Adam instead of Nick. And she said that she called Nick and he didn't answer. And they wonder what's going on with Nick. And then they hear a knock and they think it's Nick, but it's Adam. Adam comes with food and said he had to come back to see that she's okay. And Sally tells him that she is okay. And he sees Chloe is there. And then Chloe used this moment to leave to go to work. And she hands Sally over to Adam reluctantly and tells Adam he is glad that he was there for Sally. And Sally thanks Adam for coming back. Then we see Sharon and Nick shares a photo with Faith and asks if this was the guy, and Faith says yes, and they call Chance immediately. Then we see Chance arrives and Faith gives a statement and she gives Chance the address that Cameron asked her to search for. Chance sends PD there, but Sharon and Nick thinks that the address is a message. Apparently this was the same motel that him and Sharon met up. Then we see Jack and Diane tell Ashley about the evidence that Chance uncovered, and Diane thinks that Ashley and Tucker owes her an apology, and she also accuses her and Nikki of being involved and being a part of Phyllis's actions. Then Diane tries to drag Phyllis again, and Ashley reminds her that she did the same exact thing. She has no grounds to come for Phyllis with that. But in comes Jack to defend Diane and tells Ashley to give it a break. But Tucker says that I gotta hand it to Phyllis. It's the perfect revenge. And Jack says that Phyllis is definitely going to be punished and she's not getting away with it. But I'm like, Diane should also be punished for doing the same exact thing, Jack. Why is she punished for it? But Diane takes Jack to celebrate and asks Tucker and Ashley to join them for champagne. And Ashley said, oh, hell no. Ashley, after she walks off, tells Tucker that her nightmare has just begun. Then we see Faith ask for answers about Cameron and who he is, but Nick tells her to just avoid him. No need to worry, he's just dangerous. Nick tells Chance that he is taunting Sharon. He needs to be arrested, but Chance says he doesn't have enough evidence to do so yet. Then Nick sees Sally's missed call and calls her back, but he gets a voicemail. And Sharon tells him to go. Nick leaves to go check with Sally, and she has Chance and the ranch security to protect her. Then we see Ashley tells Tucker that Diane is now gonna use this to get her claws into Jabbo and the family, and tells Tucker she needs to help her protect the family business from Diane. Ashley invites Tucker to join her at Jabbo. Sally and Adam talk about the baby and Adam growing up on a farm, and Adam says that he birthed a calf before, so he will be good in the delivery room. Then Nick knocks and Adam opens the door. Nick asks what's going on and what happened. Nick, you're gonna have to choose a home at some point, because both your families, your real family, is actually going through something right now. So you're going to have to choose which family you're going to care for. This is where Adam is going to come back into Sally's life. Then we see Adam leaves and let them talk, and Sally thanks Adam while he's leaving for everything. And she then tells Nick about what happened, and Nick apologizes for not being there and claims that he owes Adam a big thank you. No, Nick, it's Adam, baby. You don't owe him shit. You're the one who's not supposed to be there. And Sally says that she is following the doctor's orders. And Nick says that he feels awful he wasn't there for her. And she asks Nick, where has he been? Then we go back to Jack and Diane skip. Tucker then tells Ashley that it's too risky for him to come to Jabbo. It will alienate her from all her brothers and give Diane the upper hand. He believes that Ashley should just let Jack buy her out of Jabbo, and they start their new business and leave the family. Then we see Chelsea runs into Adam to talk about Connor and his mood and behavior, but Adam thinks that it's preteen phase, and Chelsea thinks that it's about to be a baby, but Adam snaps at her, and Adam tells her that there might be a problem with the baby. Chelsea is sorry to hear and says she understands that how Adam must be feeling, left out seeing Sally and Nick together. Nick then tells Sally it's nothing of importance, it's just human business, and tells Sally everything will be okay. Then we see them lay in bed, but we can clearly see that Nick's mind isn't there with Sally. Ashley isn't enlightened by Tucker's proposal, and Tucker tells her to let Jack buy her out, man. But Ashley gets freaky and invites Tucker to get a room, and as they leave, Jack says that it looks like they're up to something, but Diane says that she doesn't care, she just wants to celebrate. Back at Sharon's, Chance leaves for work and tells Sharon to stay on high alert, and she then goes to tell Faith about Cameron and who he is, and we end with Cameron in his room drinking and reflecting on memories with Sharon. Thanks for watching. Bye.